Hey BookTube, welcome back. This will be a bit of a rainy day review. I say that because there's quite a storm brewing and you may hear lots of thunder in the background, so be warned. Anyway, today I want to be talking to you about a manga I read, just volume 1 of this particular series of, I think it's 12 books so far, maybe only 11 books in the US. It's also an anime and a light novel series. And I heard about this through recommendation from a fellow coworker, so thanks Jose. And yeah, I just want to go ahead and talk to you about it a little bit. I'm going to be butchering names, I'm sure, because I don't have the best pronunciation, so I will probably be like spelling them down below here for you. Anyway, this is Overlord, Volume 1. This is by Kugani Maruyama, and in it we meet our main character, Manga. This is this young man. He is playing a virtual reality multiplayer online game, and it is called Yggdrasil. Again, I think I'm probably butchering that name. And within it, there are, at least at one time, there were thousands of guilds, and he, along with 41 members of his guild, created the guild name called Einzelgaun. And they built this great tomb of Nazarick in which they existed. They have all these other characters they created and control. And Manga is the guild master, so he oversees everything. They all have jobs and things in real life, and that was like one of the requirements. And also, within the world of Yggdrasil, they exist, these guild members exist as sort of grotesque. So their avatars are rather grotesque looking, and his particular one is the skeletal creature. Now, the game's popularity has died off over the years. In fact, 37 members of his guild have quit the game. So there's only 4 other members that have been playing over the years. But today, as we start this volume, is the last day of the game. The servers are going to be shut down, the game's going to cease to exist, and of course he's kind of sad about it. He's been involved in this game for quite some time. I think it's been going for like some 12 years or so. They've built quite an interesting world within this game. Lots of structures, lots of superpowers that that they have within there. There's a staff that has a lot of power that they wield. This is this staff right here, and each one of these little gems has a certain different power. I'm sure I'll learn more about this as the series goes along. But he's there on the last day, and one of his fellow guild members actually shows up. His name is Hiro. He's this kind of slimy looking creature and stuff. It's pretty cool. And he just kind of pops in briefly just to kind of say a last farewell. He hadn't been playing the game very much in the past 2 years because he changed jobs in real life, and he says, well, you know, it's been great knowing you. You did a great job. Maybe I'll see you, you know, IRL. And off he goes. And Manga is just really sad because he's like, he's been so invested in this game, and he decides as a guild master he's just going to stay there till the last second ticks off and the servers are shut down. But when they shut down, he's still sitting there in his skeletal creation, his avatar creation in the world. He's like, what's going on? Did they push back the time? And he tries to bring up the menu and can't access it. And suddenly he's realizing that he's actually trapped in the game. He's become a part of it. Everything's sort of become real. These other characters that exist within the game, you know, you used to hear dialogue, but you didn't see their lips move, and all of a sudden things are, you know, things are alive. And although he can't access outside, he can't bring up the menu, he can't access the message system, he's just trapped within this. But he has all the existing things within the game. He has these abilities, these powers, these magical powers, the ability to control this staff, everything, and sends out these people to see, you know, what's outside of their tomb of Nazarick, and realizes that they're no longer in Yggdrasil, they're in some other new world. So there's this new kind of thing open to them, like almost a new stage in the game, you might say, new adventures. It seemed a bit rushed as it gets into this part where, you know, he's coming to this realization. I would have liked that maybe a little more drawn out, and but you get the feeling from the character that he almost doesn't want to return to real life. You know, he seems to not have much of an outside life other than whatever job he was doing before. It says he has like no friends, no family, no lover or anything, and the game seemed to be a big part of his life, and now it is all of his life, at least at this point. I got the impression that when he played the video game, he played it as an evil character and did evil things, a bit of a villain. So now that everything's become real, and this is his new reality, is he going to continue to play the part of a villain, or is he going to have, you know, struggles against that original nature of his character, and how are the beings that they created, who are used to him playing a villain, going to react to this maybe new version of him, if there will be a new version of him. It'll be interesting to see that struggle within that character. So it's really intriguing to see where it's going to go. There's a bit of an adventure as the story continues after that part, but won't get too much into that. I am looking forward to kind of picking up the second one and kind of checking it out. The artwork is really interesting. Like I said, there's these characters have less of strange appearances, but there are normal characters. These are some of the members of the guild, not the members of the guild, I shouldn't say that. They are the beings that the members of the guild created that serve the Tomb of Nazarick. So they serve their guild master, manga, who ends up actually changing his name to Einzelguld, the name of the guild itself, in the hopes that maybe if there are other members of his original guild out there, they'll recognize that name and seek him out. So he's now like Lord Einzelguld, however you pronounce that. But anyway, I did go online and kind of check out the first episode of the anime. It doesn't really cover the entire manga here, but it does cover the main point of him kind of realizing where he's at and kind of feeling his way out in this world, and what he can do, what he can control, and that was pretty interesting too. But I'm not a big anime person. I prefer more of the manga, so I'm looking forward to checking it out. Yeah, I think this is where you see like a lot of the various characters here. They all name them off here, and they're all guardians of different levels of the tomb, and they all have different abilities and stuff, which I'm looking forward to finding out more about them. But overall, I really did enjoy it. Looking forward to maybe checking out a couple more if I come across them. And yeah, that's my review for Overlord by Kugani Maruyama, Volume 1. Thanks for watching.